On September the 24th, Edo voters will be heading for the polls to decide who will be the next governor of the state. Already there have been internal wrangling, political crisis, internal tension within some political parties in the country. Among such political parties is the Labour Party. Interestingly, now joining me on the interview today is a fractional national leader of the Labour Party, Alhaji Lamidi Apapa. My name is Bonabo, Famous School. Let me introduce you quickly to our guests. Now joining me is the fractional leader of the Labour Party, Alhaji Lamidi Apapa, who is going to delve into some of the political crisis, internal wrangling within the party. It's great to have you join us on this interview, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, let me start off with what is going on within your political party. It's quite interesting that we see so much dimensions to all of this. Then I want to start off with that of Abure's claims and what happened in Edo State recently. We saw crisis, we saw people being beaten up, and now it's being believed that these are people who are loyal to you, who actually strayed and do certain things that is not expected of your political party. And from what Abure is saying, who is also claiming to be the national leader of your party, in terms of national chairman of your party, he's insisting that you don't have any right to screen any candidate for Edo elections. Can you let us into some of these instances that has been going on within your political party?
Thank you so much. Let me start by correcting the statement at the beginning. The word fractional national chairman is not correct. I've been telling everybody that I'm the acting national chairman of the party. In absence of Abure, I'm acting in the capacity of national chairman.
For how long do you act?
The issue of acting, that you think, when we took over, we thought that tenure will not be more than 6 months. And right from that period to today, we have been moving from one court case to the other. And we have even fought to the level of Supreme Court. And apart from the Supreme Court, where the INEC refused to upload my name, there's another case in court at Federal High Court now, asking the Federal High Court to interpret or to compel INEC to do the needful. Because all the judgment we've been having in the past, each time we have a judgment, a copy is sent to the INEC, and they acknowledge it up to the Supreme level. And all these judgments were given in our favor. So we are surprised that up to today, my name has not been uploaded. And the other executives. Now the case is coming up on the 11th. Today, as of today, if you have time to go through all the judgments. You
said the case is coming up on the 11th.
That is for the Federal High Court.
Okay. What case is that?
That case is we have taken INEC to court.
Okay.
That it is the duty of INEC to have uploaded my name as national chairman of the party. And because of their refusal to do that, and because we believe in the rule of law, otherwise we will have gone elsewhere and begin to create confusion.
Do you have the right to screen candidates?
Yes, we have. I have the right.
For the governorship election?
Yes, I have the right.
Let me go through some of the things Abure said. Abure said, as a matter of fact, that there was an interim court order from the FCTI court that actually said you could be, according to him, the substantive acting national chairman of the party. But he said there is another court judgment from the Supreme Court that has overridden that particular judgment, and that is no longer subsisting. In that instance, doesn't it have jeopardized your national chairmanship or acting national
That
chairmanship?
statement is not correct at all. That statement is not correct. No other Supreme Court judgment has taken place. I have all the judgments here. I can give you hard copies.
Okay.
And I want you to produce that Supreme Court judgment that nullified my leadership. That is not correct. I have the right to produce a candidate in Edo State.
Now, the statement, let me pick up the statement. It says the Court of Appeal has equally also stayed the order and the proceedings in the FCTI court pending the hearing and determination of a matter at the Court of Appeal. Now, if you look at all of these instances, how many cases do you have in terms of your leadership tussle in Labour Party between you and Abure? This appears to be so many cases.
Well, it's because Abure doesn't behave like a lawyer. A lawyer is expected to obey the court orders. Whenever a court order directs that don't parade yourself as the chairman of a party, it is incumbent on him to obey the court order. And since he failed to do that, all other cases that we have gone through, the judgments were given in our favor. Up to today, no other court order has invalidated that registration order.
But that is your word against it. He's claiming that there is a Supreme Court judgment.
I said it's not true. It is not true. Ask him to produce that document. I have the document I'm going to give to you. The documents are here. Right from the federal court to the Supreme Court level. The judgments were given in our favor. If he's able to produce any document, please accept it. And invite me again. I am available. He's a liar. It is not true. And the issue of whether there's an appeal court, once you have been asked to comply, you cannot go to any court and fail to comply with the current one. He has never complied. He has never complied. And his own matter is not an issue of civil matter. It's a criminal charge. I have told the whole world that what he did is a criminal. And I'm saying it on here. He's a criminal. For somebody to have forged court documents.
But those are some of the allegations. This is very speculative.
It's not speculative. I have said it. I am saying it on here now. Let him deny it.
That he forged. What is this forgery all about?
Yes. Let me start again. Now, at the beginning, the nomination form of a governorship candidate in Ebonyi State, that document, the letter of withdrawal, was forged. The man never withdrew, but his name was forged. They wrote a letter of withdrawal in his name, whereas he never did that. And this was investigated up to the level.
Who investigated?
The police investigated it. And not only that, the court document that was used again, that and after that was won by the candidate, it was also false. So the court also wrote to the police that this letter did not emanate from the court. These are the issues. And the court said, for a person of this caliber to have behaved this way, is supposed, if they even allow him to be in the community, somebody at that level should not be in the mix of people. At that level, forging people's documents.
Now, when you talk about forging,
what I'm saying now, if he denies it,
okay,
invite both of us.
Now, this particular document, what is this document representing? Is it a document that is supposed to emanate from the court or the political party? Now,
because you are not used to it, the nomination form of a candidate, of a Labour Party candidate, governorship candidate in Ebonyi, the normal thing is that you fill a form, you send it to the party, it will be sent to the INEC. And once that is done, INEC will upload the candidate's name. The candidate is expecting that his name will be uploaded. And at the end of the day, another candidate's name was found.
Won't that linger for long? Now, you're supposed to have your primary elections this February.
We'll be doing it. Everybody will be doing his own. We'll be doing our own.
24th.
We'll be doing
now, if you and Abure decides to say you're having different candidates, now how does that work for an INEC? For instance, then secondly, as a political party, the leader of a political party is your presidential candidate, and that is Peter Obi. Now, Peter Obi doesn't recognize you as the acting national chairman of Labour Party. What happens in that regard?
I didn't want to touch Obi, but since you have touched it, I will say something about him. I keep on telling the whole world that we are just lucky that we don't have him as our president. This is because this is a man who denied me openly that he has never seen me in life. I keep on telling people.
Why do you think you want to do that?
I'm just telling you, this is a question you have put before me. That if a person like that can deny his deputy national chairman that he has never seen me, did he deserve any respect? Did this deserve to be given any respect as far as the party is concerned? The city arrangement at our meetings, the chairman of the party, Obi and myself. If it means say you just once now, will I see you and say I don't know you again? And all the campaigns he did, especially in the Southwest, I led the team of those that welcomed him, including Apapa University. And this is a man who has the audacity to say he has never seen me.
Have you been expelled from the party?
Nobody expelled me. Since I joined the party, nobody has expelled me. Nobody has even queried me. Talk less of expulsion. So when he now said he has never seen me, I told him the whole world is a liar. And I'm saying it openly again, that Obi is a liar. I told the whole world is a liar.
Now, if you are not in...
Now, why I'm saying that is whether he's a presidential candidate or not, he's not the owner of the party. The party belongs to all Nigerians. Labour Party is not for Obi. Obi met us in the party. I've been in the party over 20 years before he came. What gave him the authority to say he's the owner of the party? Being the presidential candidate doesn't mean that give you the wherewithal to do the way with anything you want. He's just a presidential candidate. He was just 6 months old in the party when I was over 20 years old in the party. Apart from the money that he has, what does he have that I don't have? I am saying today we are lucky not to have Obi as our president.
Your own presidential candidate?
Yes.
Presidential candidate?
Yes.
Now, is that not the reason why many people feel that you're working for another political party while you're still holding on to the fact that you are the national chairman? Why
I'm saying is this.
People thought you're working for
people can say that. Those who are ignorant. Asiwaju is not a new man in politics. If I've been in the politics for the past 20 years, why did I not go to APC? Why did I remain in Labour Party? Is it Asiwaju that I'm serving or I'm serving Labour Party? Did I not work for Obi?
Well, how would you react to the allegations of being a mole?
I have told the whole world that if anybody has any evidence, they can bring it. Up to today, they have not given anyone. They say I collected fire. I say bring your evidence. If you don't have evidence, you better keep quiet. I've told them. I even told Obi. The day I went to appeal court, they say I collected money from Asiwaju. Bring evidence. They say I wanted to withdraw case from the court. I did not withdraw the case. I have never attempted. Did he win the case? Somebody who has no respect for the rule of law and is claiming to be superior. He behaved as if I was innocent. I didn't want to touch him at all. But since you have mentioned that, I must mention it. I'm in Nigeria.
Still talking about Obi, what is the fate of Obi in the next elections? Because obviously Obi still plans to come out to become the president of the country. And he's looking at after 4 years, he would also want to come out to be part of the campaign process to become a president of the country. Are you saying, as a matter of fact, that he will not be welcome under the platform of the Labour Party?
Well, 2027 is in the hand of God. Nobody has it absolutely that by 2027 you will be alive, including Obi. So let's leave that in 2027 to decide. That period will determine who becomes the presidential candidate. Whether Obi or somebody else, I don't know. But nobody can determine that as of today, including Obi.
Now, the focus is Edo State. A number of people have been speaking about your clout within the state itself. Now, do you think the people of Edo want you to represent the interest of the Labour Party? Because I've read a number of commentaries that said, oh, Alhaji, Lamidi, Apapa is just making the party worse off. We don't need you people, go away. How do you react to such commentaries? Do you think the Edo structure really wants you to be part of all of this process?
They want us. The problem Abure had started from Edo State. It was his people that first suspended him, not Oyo State, not Enugu State. He got his suspension from his ward that they can no longer tolerate him because of his level of illegality. It is not from Oyo. So today I am telling you, the day I go to Edo, you will see mammoth crowd that will welcome me. I have more membership in Edo than that of Abure. In Edo, I am telling you this today. And the day I go to Edo, it will surprise you that it's the same Lamidi Apapa that you are seeing on the screen on that day.
Now, presently, how many aspirants do you have within the Labour Party? Because I know Lamidi Apapa is one of them, and of course, he's been indicted. The last fracas that happened in Edo State that I was overhearing Arabambi talking about, that's your publicity secretary, loyal to your faction, because many people out there still feel that this is a factionalized political party. And he has said that Olumide Apata was one of those figures that mobilized crowd to beat up people who are loyal to you. How do you react to that?
Well, when you talk of allegation, you see, when you behave somehow, you can be alleged to have done something. The allegation came up because when Apata joined Labour Party, we expected him not to have gone to Abure's side as a lawyer. Because Apata is aware of all these court cases. Apata is aware of the restraining order against Abure. Apata is aware of the illegality perpetrated Abure and 3 others. And for a lawyer to have now bought vehicles and give them to local government chairmen under Abure, one can interpret it to be as if he's fully behind Abure and is fully behind illegality. That is just what happened was just allegation. Nobody said it was Apata who did it. But the suspicion is that if not Abure group, who will have done that?
So this is one man among how many political aspirants? Governorship aspirants under the Labour Party?
I've told you the reason why it was pinpointed. I've told you the reason why. It depends on the role you play before you be alleged.
So you're saying that other candidates, other aspirants did not show such kind of support to any of you in terms of some of the leadership?
What I'm saying is that of Apata, that was why it was singled out. You know, when your own is too prominent, then you can be suspected or alleged. Is this an allegation and it is proved? Nobody would say it is true or false. But it's an allegation. At least that person, those that were beaten were not beaten by spirits. They were beaten by human beings. And those people must have come from a particular group. Until that is proved, whatever happens there is an allegation, whether against Apata or somebody else.
Are you concerned that you might lose out in all of the elections, especially looking at the off-cycle elections here? Are you not concerned with all of the crisis?
I don't think so. Because the Edo people want a change, a positive change. And they believe Labour Party can do that. So, and what we have today is not a crisis between members. It's a leadership crisis. And once Abure leaves, then the party will be stabilized. Do you
see Abure leaving anytime soon? And why would Abure want to leave the party?
Why Abure must leave? It is beyond the issue of restraining order. It is because of criminality. How will in a very sane society?
You're maligning his personality. For you
Listen
to have called him a criminal.
Because
he's not here on the set to defend himself.
You know why I'm saying this? Let him call me a criminal too. Let him also call me a criminal and prove it. I can prove it. So let him call me a criminal and prove it. I can prove his own. Let him call me a criminal. I will prove it. You can call somebody a thief when you have an evidence. If you stole my asset and I see you stealing my asset and you are running away, am I not competent to call you a thief when I see you doing it? This is a very glaring issue. And I told all the pressmen, confront Abure to debunk what we are saying. He has never done that.
But he has said he's more authentic than yourself.
I'm not talking of the authenticity. I am talking of criminality. Did he not commit the crime? Can't you people go and confirm from him? Why are you afraid of him? Is it beyond the law of the country? And that's what I told the channels. I said, who is above the law in this country? If it's above the law, or if you have any fear of going to him, well, that's your point, the problem. We have alleged him of so. He has never debunked it. Did you want to allow a criminal to lead us? I have said it several times, and I'm repeating it. I told Obi himself, how do you encourage a criminal to be following you up and down?
But let's be very cautious of our choice of words, because if you call him a criminal, he doesn't. At least he doesn't have the space to respond to this particular medium.
Tell him to use your medium to call me also a criminal. Both of us will prove it. Tell him to call me a criminal too. Then we will drag it.
But let's look at your.
I'm just telling you now. Let him call me a criminal. The way I'm going to prove his own, let him come and prove my own.
You have stayed in the Labour Party for a very long time.
Yeah.
You are one of those who built this party.
Yes.
Will you be happy to see it shattered? Wouldn't you want to shift ground a little bit if things aren't working and allow somehow things to go fairly well?
Shifting ground to where?
When
I did contribution, I contributed to Labour Party.
You don't see yourself shifting ground and saying let peace reign.
No.
Abure should take over.
Which Abure? I'm alleging somebody of criminality. Is it the one to shift for me or I shift for him? Are you giving judgment or you are suggesting?
No, I'm just asking that question because I look at some kind of effort that you've put into this political party.
I have done it
if
now.
You've done a lot for a particular thing, you wouldn't want that thing to get spoiled or shattered.
That's correct.
So I'm wondering that with all the effort, with all the sacrifices that you've put into this political party before it became something like what people call the third force.
Yeah.
Now you're watching it dilapidated some sort because many people look at the Labour Party as a crisis-ridden political party. For how long do you do this?
The crisis will go. By the time we agree that rule of law must be observed. If those who are supporting Abure believe that he has committed a crime and they want peace to reign, they will ask him to step aside. If that is not done.
If that never happens, what do you do?
No, the case will go on.
But then in the legal parlance, they said there is end to litigation. Are you saying that there is no end in sight to the litigations that is going to be coming up?
Now, there is end to it. And I'll give you what we have done so far. For us to know that we respect the rule of law, by the time I took over, I didn't carry cutlasses, I didn't carry guns. We went straight to the court. The federal court ruled in our favor. This same set of people took us to appeal court. We didn't bother. We went to the appeal court with them. They are still not satisfied when it was ruled in our favor. They went to the Supreme Court. It was also ruled in our favor. What else do you think we can do again as a Nigerian? What do you think we can do? Is it until when we carry guns and cutlasses before they will know what to do? And that's why we now said, who is now our obstacle? The obstacle now is INEC. So we have taken INEC to court. If court decides that tomorrow Abure is free, we will go back to our houses. I'm not going to.
So you are waiting for the court's judgment to happen.
That's all.
In that light.
That's all.
Oh.
Once they give the judgment that is supposed to go with all the criminality, will everybody go back to our house? But let me tell you, apart from the INEC case, the criminal one is still coming. That one is with the Federal Minister of Justice. That is still in Abuja. That case must come up. For as long as I'm living, we will pursue that case to the logical conclusion.
Now, looking at the redress that you're seeking in the court, we know that court process takes a very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the elections that are coming, and many political parties are trying to gel, trying to mobilize support, trying to get funds. Now, if you're this disparate, if you're this divided, how then do you put your house in order? Because your roof is already burning, and now you're also saying that you can't shift ground. What more can you do for your political party? I'm talking about the leadership. Don't you have elders within your political party that can step in? What has happened to these elders?
Well,
Are they also sold out?
The elders, I don't want to use the word that they have sold out, but they are not sincere. Because if I use the word sold out, it's as if they have been bought over by one person or the other. But the point is that when a matter is stable before the elders, and you are giving conditions that cannot be met, nobody will be happy about it. And I don't want to speak any language that will make it look whether religious or ethnic. That's why I have to keep quiet on certain points until when it is time for everybody to explode. Now they've been calling. Some of them have been calling. I didn't want to mention names on here. Each time they call, I say, well, you know what we do? Call both of us. You can't settle case without calling both parties. Call both of us. Let us explain to you. But because of fear of some people, just like what you said now that Peter wants to run 2027, who has signed agreement with God that he will become 2027? Who is the person? Who has that contract with their creator? It's only God who can determine who will remain in 2027. Speak the truth. Let the whole world know this man is at fault. This man is at fault. Let us do it this way. But they don't have that courage to do it. And they want resolution. How can it be resolved? So they will have themselves to blame at the end of the day. What they think they are holding now, they will lose it at the end. They organize you to beat me at the appeal court. And they think they are safe. All of them will taste that type of beating before they die. They will taste it one by one. Unless I don't have my God.
But doesn't this amount to washing your dirty linen in the public?
It's not dirty linen. It is not only peculiar to Labour Party. It happens in PDP, it happens in APC.
Is it a good thing?
The APC own, because of their maturity, they quietly left the office. You are aware, the chairman of the party and secretary were asked to leave. Because of, I don't need to say it, but they know why they asked them to go. They left quietly. But in some case now, it's being covered. That coverage will affect all of them because the whole world will know as time goes on.
All right, before we leave the OB issue and delve into other issues, there was a time you said there were discrepancies in his varsity certificate. Do you still hold on to that? Or is an NYSC certificate?
That's a dead issue. We don't need to discuss.
You don't want to discuss that?
No, it's already a dead issue. Because why it happened that time, you know why. It's already a dead issue. Just like when people are discussing what happened at the appeal court. Appeal court has come and gone. So till 2027.
So we are in 2024. How do you recap that of 2023, especially what you faced at the Court of Appeal? Because you're still pained from what you said.
No, I'm still pained. But they will have a taste of it. All of them. I have said it before my creator. They will have a taste of what happened.
You think that was premeditated? You think that was
planned? It is. It was planned.
Who planned it against you?
I have said this before now. I say Abure cannot be exonerated. Obi cannot be exonerated. We know why I mentioned Obi. After that incident, I was happy that day the pressmen that were disallowed from listening to me waited for me at the Federal Court. They waited for 2 hours. And I spoke with the pressmen on that day. The third day, that was the third day of the adjournment day. I was at the appeal court. I was just sitting by the door. Obi saw me. He did not say, Alhaji, I'm sorry. In age, I'm older than him, apart from money. In the party, I'm older than him. He cannot say ordinary sorry. He's not a good politician.
But Obi will tell us no shishi. So where is the money coming from? We've heard Obi said it.
Ask him.
But you talked about money, Alhaji.
I'm not talking about money now.
You said you're older than him in age. But
yes.
By money, you could be different.
No.
Now, are you saying that
I am saying that
Obi has more that we don't know?
Why I'm saying this because even if he has no money, he got money from abroad. He got supporters from diaspora. They gave him dollars. And they squandered the money himself. And
is that one of the reasons why you're having all of this crisis? Because
no, it's not.
This money didn't get to you.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue. Why I'm saying this because if Obi had behaved well, if I had told some people who came to me before the next adjournment, I said, what would have been better as a presidential candidate? Tell him to come to my hotel. Bring his car to my hotel and carry me to the court. That would have silenced everybody. You know, when they see both of us coming out of a car, they will be wondering, what type of people are these? But he didn't do that. Up to today, he has never said sorry. His own time is coming.
Now, moving away from the upheaval within your political party, let's look at the present government. Do you think the government has failed the people?
At the moment, people are suffering. You can give it whether government has done the right thing or not, but people are suffering.
Are you mincing word here? You don't want to hit the nail on the head?
No, I've told you whether the people are suffering. Am I not part of the citizens?
Obviously.
I'm also buying fuel. I'm also buying rice. I'm also buying bread. I'm part of the system. Everybody is sovereign. I only need to tell the government that they didn't get their vote to add more to their pains. They should do something to alleviate the sovereignty of the masses.
What are the best options for your party as we go in terms of getting things right? Because political parties have moved. Things have changed in Nigeria. People are now looking at personalities to decide who they want in positions of leadership. And now, even if you look at your political party, it's more or less like what you have as a PDP or the APC. Now, we felt that the Labour Party is more of a labour movement and, of course, activism and instances of salvaging the sufferings of the people. But what we see these days, a Labour Party senator, House of Rep members are ready to collect cars, voting several billions of naira. Now, what is the difference between the Labour Party, the APC, and the PDP? Because your members are collecting some of these jumbo cars, and they never found any fault in it.
Well, why I want to say this because I've said it several times. When I was the chairman of NSC here, Oyo State here, I was privileged to be the Guba candidate of Labour Party in Oyo. And I told the workers, this is an opportunity for you. If you don't utilize it now, then you will lose it forever. Because I know your plight. I know your sovereigns. And you know I don't have money to give you. But if you give it to me based on your personal assessment about me, you will benefit more. But they voted for another person. What do? I move away. Even today, all the elections we did, we have some labor leaders who contested. But because of the way government has pauperized the people, people can even die because of only one bag of rice. Because they are so poor that give them 1,000 naira, they're happy. And the labor man who has no money will keep on talking that if you allow me to do this, I will do ABCD. He has no money. They say, don't mind that stupid man. We are not for that.
You're talking about your members here.
I'm talking about those of us who contested. Who contested. But since they don't have money, politics of today has been monetized, whether we like it or not.
So there's no difference between the Labour Party and the PDP and the APC?
I'm not saying that. I said some of us contest who are real labor movement, labor men. I'm talking about labor leaders.
Those days.
Those
When I was talking about now.
It's not even too far now. I contested 2007 now.
But what I'm saying is that presently what we have.
It is what I'm telling you. I'm coming to that level.
Okay.
Tomorrow, if you want to contest, I'm just giving you an example. If you want to contest in your area, just as a councillor, test water. The first thing people will say, where is the rice? The human being, no rice. Where is the naira? No rice. I think she will try next time. They are forgetting voting for you has a lot to do about their future. The society is getting what they want. If you don't have money in Nigeria, you are not likely to win an election. That's the truth. The so-called labor people that you are referring to, that were senators, that were reps members, majority of them, they don't have the background of workers. It's either from APC or from PDP, now in Labour Party. And what are you going to get from them?
Is that a tenable excuse?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling
No,
you
I'm
this.
just asking that question because
Now the point now, if we don't have this problem, this leadership problem, what we wanted to do at the beginning was after the inauguration, we will invite them to our meeting and tell them what we want as Labour Party. But the crisis has created some problems. Because since the leadership, the ESCO is not intact, it has affected it. But the issue of jumbo cars, I'm not trying to defend them. Where you have about 360 House of Rep members, and you are just 10, 350 have collected. 10, you say you don't want it. They say, allocate them to ministries. Because Nigerian system is that.
But their reputation is intact.
I'm coming. I'm just saying our system today is minority will have their say, but majority will have their way. That is the system. Though me, I'm not in support of that, but I'm just telling you what they are facing. I'm not defending them. Even at the house now, when you want to decide on anything, this is what we want it. Who wants it? How many? 10. Who does it? 2. 10. Has it. Is that not the system? When there will be debates before coming to the Senate. I don't want to pay what they are saying, but I'm also not in support of having all these jumbo cars. But let us blame the government, because you know that you have economic crisis.
Which government are we talking about? The federal
government. Okay. You have economic crisis. You don't have to buy those cars at all. Talk less of giving it to people. But when you give people something, it's only a few people who have that courage to resist. But don't buy it at all. You don't have money. Why do you buy jumbo cars? You don't have the money. That is the issue. And you know, these people, maybe some of them, maybe they are riding old this thing, and you see this big car. Say my life has changed. Some people will behave that way. But the point is that it is the government that will be blamed, because they use our money to purchase those cars. They use our money to purchase those cars. If they are giving them money to go and buy cars, and they buy those cars, we will have more mouth to blame them. That you know your constituency, how poor they are. Why do you have to buy this type of car? that it can even change the life of over 100 people. You alone having it. But the government, despite the bad situation we find ourselves financially, they went ahead and bought those cars. Blame the honourables less. Blame the government most.
So what is the way forward to your crisis? What would you advise? What would you do next? What's your next line of thoughts?
Well, it's in both ways. One, if Abu believes that he has committed the offense, he should resign and allow me to take over. But where he fails to do that, let the case continue until we get to the final stage.
On this note, I must say a big thank you to Alhaji, Lamidi
so
Apapa, for being part of this interview. You said it's not factional, but I would still say factional.
It's not factional. I'm the real one.
All right, he said it himself. Thank you so much for being part of this interview. My name is Bolabo in Moscow.